Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. In this video, I'm going to really be breaking something down and just talking to you all about the state of the community, the sentiment, and this path, this dark road that I see VeVe going down, and I'm not a fan of this. I don't like it. And you're gonna see why. I'm gonna explain everything. I'm just seeing so much, I'm processing so much information. I just want you all to see some of the stuff that I'm seeing. There's become a pattern, there's a cult. VeVe has become a cult, and there's certain people who have influence and power within the cult. You have people like Randy Chavez, and no disrespect to Randy. I love Randy. I think that he's a nice guy, but he is in a position where if VeVe doesn't really make it, he has a lot to lose. He has a whole lot to lose, where it's like, when you're in that position, you have to only see the positive. Do you want to talk about the negatives? Do you really want to know if those are going to be addressed and stuff like? It's a lot of pressure when you put yourself in a position that Randy has been put in. But he's one of the people that I personally have to take his opinion with a grain of salt these days, because he has too much on the line. He can't be unbiased. Like, he has too much on the line. Foster Hilt. Like, anybody these days where you see VeVe pops up on their shows and their channel and stuff like that, usually it's people who don't criticize anything negative about VeVe. Usually it's people who don't ask tough questions, or if VeVe gives some bullshit answer, they won't keep pushing, they won't dig deep. This is why you don't see VeVe on channels like mine, or anyone who will actually ask the questions we all want to know and need to know. Usually the people who like, oh, we don't deserve an answer anyway, we don't need an answer, those are the type of people that VeVe will actually go and support, and they want to rise up in the community. But I've been reading something that's kind of concerning. So if you don't know this, VeVe blocked me. VeVe blocked me because I brought up a list of criticisms that was all very valid. You can go check my history, check my replies and things like that. I'm an asshole. But at the same time, you'll see that it was not justified what they said and what they did, none of it. And whoever is running that Twitter account needs to be fired. They need to be fired. Like, that, this is not a person who's very good at their job at all. Like, why try to create this type of divide in the community, try to get this type of energy going, and then what's going to happen is they're going to try to put it on me or put it on someone else. They're not going to hold themselves accountable for the bullshit that they're doing. What they try to do is stir something up and then put it on someone else. Because I have a reputation of being in drama, so people are going to say, oh, why does drama always follow you? When I just literally criticized them, and then they started this hate train towards me. Or they tried to, and it backfired. And that's when you know shit's bad. When somebody starts a hate train against me and it backfires on you. Like, me? Bro, I'm the easiest one to start a hate train against. I'm one of the most hated in the community. But how does it backfire on you? That means we're getting to a point where VeVe is more hated than I am. And it's crazy. So look at this. VeVe has this is Sam Ellis, another influencer from the community. I'm another OG. VeVe has officially unfollowed me. The character arc is complete. Turn a blind eye to the shady activity. Speak only positive sentiment and spin a yarn that paints the narrative they want presented. Accept the lies, false claims, and deception. Wolves in sheep clothing. So as you can see, like, it's deep. It's deep. Then Blockchain Rick. Now, as you know, like, he's an OG. He was doing very well in the bull run and stuff too. He sold at the right time. Like, he does very well. He's been doing very well for himself. He said, imagine having the nerve to tweet that nonsense they do after you were told to go back and scrub the lies they publish in all of their own articles. I still haven't gotten answers as to who or why he was told to delete them. So they're deleting VeVe is deleting their past. This conversation is what I saw as concerning. It's crazy, man. The hypocrisy is at an all-time high. I believe it's an attempt to cover themselves and bury the past claims. They played the game, generated massive revenue, and pivoted. Let me see the rest of this conversation here. That's short for grief. Instead of just ignoring the truths they put out that people press them on, they choose a totally different route. You do that when you're scrambling. Fact, that's exactly what they've done. They don't want the truth to be wildly understood, make the narrative confusing, and it creates divide. That's a fact. That's what it's doing. He said they know what they're doing. They're trying to erase the past and hope there aren't enough people that's been around since the spring of 21 to actually remember the things that were said. We are coming up on 2-year anniversary of them reporting 30K new users a day and putting out an article that said 1% were bots. The article has magically disappeared 2 years since David used those hashtags to lie to 700 people or questions to lie to 700 licensors. Oh, those numbers to lie to 700 plus licensors. 2 years since businesses were contacting him to use OMI. I can keep going. So, as you can see, this makes a lot of sense. This definitely makes a lot of sense. Trying to erase the past, because that's what it seems like they're trying to do. They never address the concerns. They just attack the person, or they try to discredit the person. They're like, oh, look at Cavell back just trying to get his impressions. Yes, I want impressions. I want impressions. I like being seen. And yes, I like being seen and heard about for my opinions. I like to hear what other people have to say about the things that I say as well, because I'm not just the egomaniac who just thinks that what I say is the gospel and the law. I love to be educated. I loved when VeVe Viral came up on the channel and educated me on his perspective and his thoughts and his views. And that's how you know the genuine people of the community, because he was willing to sit there, take a chance, and have a conversation with me, not assuming, oh, Cavell's just not going to listen. Like, no, everyone knows that I'll listen. I'll listen. The reason that a lot of these bulls don't want to talk to me and really talk to me is because I'll listen, I'll ask tough questions, I'll fire back. When I did that with Viral, his conviction is so real and so strong, no chink in his armor could be broken. Like, it couldn't. Like, he said why he believed, and he stood on that. When it comes down to these other people, if you don't really believe, a conversation with me is the worst thing to have, because I'm going to notice, I'm going to break through it, I'm going to see it, and I'm going to call you out on it. And this is why it's risky for them to put a VeVe team member in a conversation with me. This is why it's risky for these fake VeVe followers who are just over leveraged to actually have a conversation with me. This is why these people don't want a conversation with me. I am a very, very dangerous individual when it comes down to it, because I'm honest. Like, it's very hard to stop a weapon that's truth. I use truth as a weapon. That's what it is. So if you're lying, and even if you're not purposely lying, but if you're lying to yourself, I can expose that. And I don't even try to. It's just that I'm so passionate and I love this project so much that I can't be bullshitted with this, bro. This is something that I put my heart in. So if you're giving me an answer and I can see that that shit not from your heart, it's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. And they know this. This is why they don't want conversations with me. They just wanna block and keep it pushing. They wanna try to ignore all the promises that they made, all the ways that VeVe has been failing and shit like that. No, that's not how it's gonna go. But this is some of the people that you should question listening to. Like I said, Randy, amazing guy, but no, like he's in too deep. This guy, Sergio Collects, he only ever talks positive. And he downs everything else. Like, look at this. VeVe said some crazy shit to me, and he's sitting here, he's agreeing with them. He's saying that VeVe put Vault out of business with a single tweet last week. Cavell is the next YouTuber to be taken down. Who will be next? This man said Cavell is the next YouTuber to be taken down. Who will be next? He's out here. VeVe is literally going after their own community who helped put them in position. You can argue my influence all day long. Many people have spoken out and said they found this project because of me, and they started investing because of me, and they got their friends on who's millionaires and all this stuff. We know my history. Vault is arguably more impactful than me. Like, I don't know. Listen, man, ego things, and then reality, it's tough. It's very tough. I am very impactful. And I know that. But Vault is very impactful too. Every single drop, he was sitting there live, showing people the latest tricks. He's made a lot of people a lot of money, including VeVe. And he's done that for every drop. He used to do that for every single drop. He would always be live. He was consistent, sharing his tricks. He would miss out on drops, but his stream would get him because they're using the tricks that he's giving live. He could have just used these tricks, never told his stream, and he could have got everything. He could have been one of those flex YouTubers who's just winning everything in front of his stream face. No, he puts himself at a disadvantage giving the information to his stream. And this guy, that's who this guy is trying to discredit. Yeah, Vault can be emotional and upsetting sometimes because us as influencers, we get treated fairly. I've always just really never cared. Like, I never needed shit from VeVe. I'm a bigger YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, tens of millions of views. I was working with bigger companies already, and I know what it's like to get treated by shit by a big company. I don't really care. I've been unappreciated by companies way bigger than VeVe will ever be. But for Vault, I think this is probably his first time being like in a position like this. And yeah, like he goes off a lot. He went off a lot. And that's just passion. That's passion and love. But I realized with that last company that, yo, they not ever gonna appreciate you. Fuck it, I don't need them. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna talk about things that I see. I don't need them. I don't need anything from them. And that's what I think a lot of people don't. I'm never going and kissing the ring for an interview. I don't need to kiss the ring for an interview. I'll watch somebody else interview you. I'll listen to what you say, and I'll point out that was bullshit. Like, that's all I have to do. So it's in your best interest to have a conversation with me to make sure I understand. Because if I don't, I'm just gonna interpret it. I'm gonna be fair, but if I interpret it or misinterpret something that you said, it's on you. It's on you. Like, I will correct myself if I get educated, but if I never get that education, it is what it is. It's just out there. So this is why companies actually take the time to partner with their influencers and keep people in the loop and things like that, because you want everyone to understand. The problem is you don't even understand what you're trying to do. And it's showing, it's very clear. But yeah, this guy's sitting here trying to start a whole little trend of them trying to destroy their old YouTubers. I know they want to overpower our voices. They do. They would love other influencers bigger than us. But yeah, that's crazy. He said, great work. VeVe's on life support. As you can see, he's trying to defend VeVe, put out some charts and stuff. Always. Let's see. You'll never see, like, look at this. Vault blocked somebody, honor or hall of shame. He said it's a badge of honor. Obviously, he's not a fan of anybody who criticizes VeVe. I wouldn't mind if we lived in an alternate universe where they actually delivered on all the stuff they promised, or at least were communicating open. And when we talk about VeVe, we need to consider Ecomi too. There is no avoiding that. And this is a tweet from him. Look at this. This was to me. This was to me. This is when they blocked me. And Todd Father said he wholeheartedly agreed with me. There's nothing wrong with their response. Basically, I brought up a lot of criticisms for VeVe, and they chalked it up to, oh, he's trying to get impressions and views. They did not mention not one single concern that I raised. They just attacked me. Then he said there's nothing wrong with their response. This is the people that have influence in this community these days. In many ways, VeVe has over-delivered. IPs and brands, in many ways, David Hugh has over-delivered. He has a lot of designers who can design good products, sometimes not so good products. They have good designers and David Hugh securing licenses. That is what VeVe has. With many things that weren't even in the roadmap, such as airdrops, burning mechanisms. What have these burning mechanisms actually done for the values of things on VeVe? What have they done? How are things better? Airdrops. Has airdrops been really that impactful? Like, he's saying a bunch of stuff that has not been impactful whatsoever. And will it even be impactful long term? Not if they keep doing what they're doing and people like me don't even stick around. Like, what if I just chose to jump ship? Physical partnerships with Funko, physical comics, and working with even more brands. How is that over delivering? Because you're working with these physical brands, but the whole reason that you're coming to the digital space is because you believe that digital is the future, right? If digital is the future, why do we even give them points and credit for partnering physical? The whole VeVe's whole purpose is that, oh, too much physical stuff, you can't even display it all. I have to get warehouses and stuff for all the stuff that I collect. We need stuff in the digital. So why are we giving them credit for brand deals that give them stuff physical? That's just another stream of revenue for them. If they can sell physical items alongside their digitals, they're making more money. That's just money. But no, you're not gonna stay woke about that. This is all like they started this NFT Focus because digital is where the world is going. I don't care about what they're doing with the physical deals. That's not counting other huge developments such as migrating to Immutable X. Migrating to Immutable X? That's like running a website and switching hosting services. What? Switching hosting services? We giving credit for that now? oh, instead of using Drupal, I use WordPress. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? Enabling cash out? Really? And this is part of what I said in my tweet. In my, like, other platforms had that way before VeVe. Other platforms had that figured out already. So they get points for just doing shit. He said over-delivering. That's over-delivering. Enabling cash out, which be down all the time and don't be working, and it's always a problem. Reducing the mint size. It just wasn't selling out, and it's a bad look for VeVe if shit keeps not selling out. So they have to reduce the mint size so the business does not look like it's completely incompetent and shit. All that is a band-aid to a bigger problem that they can't keep people around to buy stuff at bigger edition sizes like they used to, because people are realizing that the shit that they're selling is shit. Come on now, stop giving them credit for all that. Like, see, it's just straight bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And they think people aren't smart enough to see this. Creating a waitlist system. Okay, bro. Another way to sell their products more effectively, I guess, to try to stop bugs. Like, I don't, okay. Removing the marketplace closing prior to and after every drop. They can't get their system to work properly. They can't get things to work right, so they have to do workarounds like closing the marketplace prior, or like, they can't get their tech shit together, so they come up with cheap workarounds, and they're getting credit for this. Improving on the quality of collectibles. I haven't looked at a collectible. I can't speak to this. You all let me know on that one. Giving VeVe Gold logo holders utility. Congratulations. Now, what the fuck else are you supposed to do with an NFT? All of these NFTs should have utility. VeVe was sold on being about the experience. The only thing we're experiencing with these NFTs is a loss in capital. Yo, doing informative videos for new drops and embedding them into the app. Okay. Doing regular shit. Doing, like, really saying that, oh, this product is this and it's cool for this. Like, bro, you don't get points for that. I have over 1,000 videos. I don't care that you did some videos, bro. Don't care. Doing informative video for new drop and dozens of other things. I would love to see those dozens of other things, because I could probably point out the bullshit in all of those too. The point here is that if you choose to look, you will find many improvements in a multitude of things they have delivered on. So, you see this? He tries to paint a whole bunch of bullshit as something that's truly valuable. When really, no, nothing that he really just said right here is too valuable or impressive whatsoever. Like, nothing that he said right there was actually a woo, they did that. Like, everything he said was just mid. Who cares? It's crazy to see Vault admit that the tweet took him over the top. I think they did him a favor. How does someone that hates VeVe so much continue to call themselves VeVe Vault? Confusing to say the least. Look at this. So, no respect for VeVe Vault at all. VeVe Banter is hilarious. Yeah, it's fun to see them having some fun with the trolls in this space. Having fun with the trolls in this space while at the expense of everybody else's money. Like, people are out here losing real money. People are mortgaging that house. People are doing all types of stuff. People are in tough positions because of VeVe. And you think that people want to see them out here having fun? Yeah, get back in that office and get to work. What are you doing? And you want to classify what's a troll? Those of us who are honest and criticize VeVe, we're called trolls and a lot of other stuff, but no. Perhaps it's nonetheless refreshing to see VeVe poke fun at these trolls. Cavell won't go down so easily. He has thick skin, and this boosts his already high ego. I mean, you don't gotta like me, but you know me. You know me. That's a fact. You thought I'm going down easily. Like, come on now. No, everybody knows that. Everybody knows this. This is what it is. I'm really digging this glass house stone strategy. Same here, and I love how these haters can't even take half of what they dish out daily. Look at this. Now, you see these guys happy about VeVe attacking other people. You hear these guys, and me personally, I don't care. I don't see it as that big a deal. They're throwing a parade and happy that VeVe is not doing their job. What? This is crazy. So, because of the work, let me see. Just like go to his Twitter, go through his tweets. Let's see if he ever criticizes VeVe. Like, I'm not going to sit here and read through his whole history because he's not relevant enough to me. I don't care whatsoever. But just go through his history. I can bet you he probably has never criticized VeVe at all. You probably won't be able to go to his replies and see criticisms of VeVe in any way, shape, or form. Don't trust people like this. My opinion, anyway. This is another guy. Naked Whale. I don't ever see him really saying anything criticizing VeVe. He claimed that he criticized VeVe. A few of us were tracking bot activity back then. Croc Drop was probably the most botted in VeVe history. Maybe 95% went to bots. Plus one of the, so you were tracking bots and you still are on VeVe's dick now. That's crazy. Let me see. This is another guy though. Just out of interest, who told you to buy OMI. David, you said that he's defending David there. I haven't spoke to a single VeVe beta tester who doesn't think it's amazing. Okay, holding Schmied again. Team isn't afraid to adjust plans to match current state of crypto. Team isn't afraid to adjust plans. Like, of course you're going to adjust plans. Like, why wouldn't you? That's what you do in any business. So, yo, yeah, as you can see, these guys just make excuses for everything that VeVe does, man. And I was one of the main people doing that at one point in time. But the difference between me and these people is I was doing it earlier on before they had a proven track record of lying, not delivering, and being incompetent. As soon as that became a pattern 3 years later, I woke up. And it's not even 3 years later, it's like 5 years later because people invested before the VeVe app was even out. So they've been incompetent even longer than that. So you talk about a new business. Is VeVe still considered a new business 5 years later? This ain't a startup at 5 years later. 5 years later is crazy. I mean, they still have had some mad success. Like, I'm not trying to take nothing away from VeVe, but it's a lot of debates and real arguments that can take place and real conversations that can actually take place here. People don't want that, though. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. That's pretty much it, yo. Drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.